Hey everyone, Mike here, and today we're comparing the HTC Desire X, a solid mid-range smartphone, with the Apple iPhone 4S. Have a look and don't forget to share it to your friends and subscribe to our channel if you'll enjoy it. While the iPhone has a smaller screen than the Desire X, both handsets are pretty much similar in terms of size, thus feel the same in hand. Of course, the HTC is significantly lighter and that makes it slightly more comfortable to use. On the front, both devices feature a touchscreen and a couple of extras, as you'll see a bit later, but the back part sets them apart. The iPhone is dressed in glass, while the Desire X comes with this soft plastic finishing, and frankly, I prefer the latter, although it will be more difficult to clean and might scratch easier. In terms of build quality, of course the iPhone is rock solid, but the HTC isn't shabby either. Yes, it is made completely out of plastic and it might flex and squeak when grabbed, but it feels overall great for a mid-range smartphone. Moving on, both devices feature power buttons and headphone jacks on top and volume rockers on the sides. However, while the HTC Desire X comes with a micro USB charging adapter, the iPhone comes with the proprietary 30-pin port on the bottom. Down there is also a speaker. On the back you'll find the cameras, both with flash, plus the speaker on the HTC hidden behind a micro drilled grille. On the Desire X you can also remove the back cover and access the regular size SIM slot, the micro SD card slot and the removable battery. The iPhone lacks a way to expand memory, comes with an encased battery and packs a nano SIM slot on the right side. Back to those front faces, you'll notice a slightly larger 4-inch screen on the Desire X as opposed to the 3.5-inch one on the iPhone. Below the screen, the HTC packs 3 capacitive buttons and the 4S has that iconic home button, while on top you'll find a light sensor and a front-facing camera on the Apple handset. The HTC lacks a front camera but still packs a light sensor and a tiny notification LED. Speaking about those screens, the image quality is superior on the iPhone 4S, mainly because of the higher pixel density, but also because of the better panel that offers improved contrast, brightness, colors and viewing angles. However, the Super LCD screen on the Desire X is not bad either, especially when compared with what we've seen on mid-range devices in the past. Okay, before we move on and talk about the everyday experience, let's also have a quick look at the specs. Both devices are built on dual-core 1GHz processors, but the CPU and the graphics inside the iPhone are faster. You can see some benchmarks comparing the two platforms in the next couple of seconds. The speed difference between the two is more visible when using the two devices for your daily tasks. The HTC Desire X running Android 4.0 with SenseUI on top is not slow, in fact it's decently snappy for its class. However, when multitasking between apps or dealing with multimedia activities, the 4S with its Apple A5 platform is almost always faster. When compared to the older iPhone though, the HTC Desire X stands prouder as the two are mostly even. You can have a look at how fast these handsets are when performing various everyday tasks, and you can also see them dealing with music, movies and games in the next part of this review. Besides this, while taking and making calls and texting, I could say that the 4S and the Desire X are both decently good. Neither are 4G LTE compatible, the signal strength was mostly the same on the two, and the only thing you might not like about the Desire X here is the slightly poorer loudspeaker. With those out of the way, let's talk a bit about cameras, as I feel this is where the HTC Desire X is clearly outmatched by the 4S. Both pack shooters on the back with flash. The HTC has a more complex interface, allowing you to manually tweak various things or burst shoot multiple frames per second. But when it comes to the results, well, just have a look below. And then there are the video shooting abilities. The 4S can shoot 1080p 30 frames per second clips, while the HTC doesn't even offer 720p shooting these days, and that's just unacceptable for a 2012 device. The HTC packs a slightly larger battery than the iPhone, but it's still a rather small one for an Android device. Anyway, it allows the Desire X to stand next to the iPhone 4S when it comes to battery life, as both can go for about 6 hours of 3G talk and will take you through the day with average use. As for the prices, the iPhone 4S is about 2 times more expensive than the HTC Desire X off contract. With contracts, the two are a bit closer, although the monthly fee you'll pay for the 4S is higher. So all in all, there are many things that set apart the Apple iPhone 4S and the HTC Desire X. Despite Apple releasing the iPhone 5 in the meantime, the 4S still remains last year's flagship, while the Desire X is only a mid-range smartphone. A good mid-range smartphone of course, but not more, and that explains its lacks like the poor cameras and slightly slower hardware. Thus, when having the two side by side, the iPhone tends to win, just that the fight isn't exactly fair. For the money though, the HTC is one of the best smartphones you can get right now, and its direct competitors are the likes of the Samsung Galaxy Mini, the Galaxy S Advanced or the Apple iPhone 4. And that pretty much wraps up this clip. Make sure to share it to your friends and subscribe to our channel if you liked it. And you should check out my other clips about the HTC Desire X if you're into this phone. In the meantime, let me know in the comments down below what would you choose between the Desire X and the iPhone 4S and why. So go ahead, leave your replies and I'll catch you in the next clips. Cheers!